The Native American tribe known as the Cherokee comprise of the largest Native American group in the United States. The Cherokee originate from the American South in states such as North Carolina, Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Alabama. The Cherokee are known for their relationship with nature and the spiritual world. For the Cherokee tribe, religion was a very important part of everyday life. There was no single religion, and various forms of spirituality were created within the different tribes. In today's world, religion means having an organized group of believers that practice some form of worship, have some sort of ritual, and depending on the religion, have large group gatherings. The Cherokee tribe is more so spiritual than religious. The Cherokee culture and spirituality are ever evolving, and many tribes have concluded that there is no universally agreed upon way to express Cherokee culture and spirituality. Despite the variations found throughout the tribes, Cherokee spirituality is built upon one key theme found in each Cherokee tribe: ensuring order, balance, and harmony throughout the universe. In order for us to fully understand what this means, we need to recognize that Cherokee spirituality is built on an understanding of being a good steward to the earth because it is a gift. Worship consisted of certain rites which were intended to teach the more intelligent the true nature of heavenly bodies or powers and the laws by which they govern themselves and their young. There are also 10 principles that all Cherokee know and must uphold in their daily lives. These include believing in the Creator, believing that humans are made up of spirit, mind, and body, having an appreciation for the spirituality that plants and animals hold, believing that a spirit exists before, during, and after a person's life, believing that illness can affect the mind and spirit along with the body. Being well means being harmonious in body, mind, and spirit. Being unwell is disharmony between the three. Natural unwellness is caused by the misuse of land or violation of natural law and is caused by those who have destructive intentions. And finally, the idea that each person is responsible for their own wellness. The Cherokee believe that there are 3 worlds: the upper, lower, and middle world. The upper world sits on top of the sky vault. All of the animals lived in the sky vault before it became too crowded for them and they needed a new place to stay. This world at the time was all water and they needed dry land. Cherokee believed the earth was created by the little water beetle who dove down to the bottom of the ocean and gathered just enough mud to create land. Once the land was created, the great buzzard dried off the land with its large wings. It is believed that humans came after the animals. Once humans were created, they considered it to be a duty to respect the land because it provided life for them. The Cherokee have a strong sense of spiritual ecology and use this understanding in everything they did. The earth is seen as a sacred gift from the Creator. Everything on the earth contained some sort of spirit that the Cherokee recognized and respected. The Cherokee also believed in a natural flow. This means that all things are connected in ways that enable life to continue in a balanced and cyclical manner. Understanding this balance means looking for beauty and lessons that are offered in everyday experiences and using those to further your understanding of interconnectedness between humans, the earth, and animals. Native Americans are considered to be some of the first conservationists and have a deep respect for the balance between life and the environment. Cherokee believe in protecting the earth for future generations and appreciating everything that comes from the earth and to never take it for granted. We can see that the Cherokee have a deep appreciation for the earth and incorporate that into their spirituality on a daily basis. This is their spiritual ecology. Along with their great respect for the earth came their respect for animals. The Cherokee understand that animals came before them and only hunted and killed them to survive. Whenever an animal was killed, the hunter would prepare a sacrifice of tobacco to the animal's spirit and say many prayers of thanks to the animal for allowing the hunter to continue to live. The Cherokee were very thankful for each animal they consumed and used each part of the animal that was killed so that it did not go to waste. The Cherokee believe that animals have their own tribes, houses, and gather in meetings to discuss humans and human activity. Animals also hold great significance in oral traditions found in Cherokee spirituality. Animals were seen as helpers to help humans connect to the world around them. Animals, like snakes, were seen as protectors of cornfields from rodents, ravens were seen as leaders and guides, and bears were seen as one of the ultimate life givers for its fur and meat. Animal movements are also found in many Cherokee traditional ceremonial dances. The Cherokee also showed a great respect to those who could use the land properly and only in the cases of survival for cultivation. The Cherokee tribe's first woman parent was a woman named Selu. Selu was the giver of corn and life. In both cultivation and pre-production, women were seen as the ones who grew things. It is believed that the Creator endowed women with the gift of cultivation and creation within themselves. Men never did any field work, growing, or handling of food for fear of ruining the natural order of things put in place by the Creator. All of these things have their own place in the Cherokee spiritual ecology. However, in the 19th century, things began to change when Europeans came to America to spread Christianity and set up mission camps in Native American tribes. The first missionaries that the Cherokee encountered were the Moravians in 1799. Soon after, the Baptists came to the Cherokee tribes in 1819 and the Methodists came around 1823. Many missionaries felt it was a divine duty to evangelize the Native Americans since they did not have an organized religion. The Cherokee were opposed to conversion and believed that the white man's religion should belong to the white man. Despite conversion to Christianity and assimilation, many Cherokee continued to think and act in terms of the pervasive spiritual interaction between man, nature, and the spirit world, which was embedded in their sacred philosophy. Much of the traditional Cherokee culture and spirituality found today is a mix between traditional beliefs, modern ways, and in some cases, traces of Christianity. Oral tradition passed down over centuries has shifted to meet the younger and older generations on common ground that will remember the past and carry on traditions for future generations. Many who identify as having Cherokee roots continue to practice traditions today. Rituals, ceremonies, and dances are held in private as a way to remember ancestors and those who have passed on before. Medicine men and women are still looked up to for leadership, guidance, and healing for the mind, soul, and body. Gagawa, or storytellers, are still telling the stories that have been told for years. Cherokee spirituality seminars are held every year in Cherokee, North Carolina, for anyone interested in learning about their traditions, ways of life, and spirituality. Most importantly, the core principle of having respect and care for the earth is still prominent among younger Cherokee. They continue to find the earth sacred in all forms, just like the thousands of Cherokee that came before them.